Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming along and celebrating with us. Welcome to our virtual commencement reception 2024. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, we shifted our reception because we could no longer travel from an in-person reception to a virtual reception. And we've been doing it ever since because we get to see all these smiling faces from around the world, and Dr. Firestein gets to show off his academic regalia, which he loves to do. So
Casual
that
today,
is
Gerard,
that is
casual.
really the purpose for this reception, is to allow Dr. Firestein to show off his regalia. So we're here to celebrate our graduate students, those who've completed their respective certificates in creativity and change leadership, their Master of Science degree in creativity and change leadership, and the micro-credential in applied creative thinking. Now, for family members, this is really important because we want to include you so that you can show your love and support to the individual who works so hard to complete their respective credential, and to also introduce you to this community. Of course, the students have gone through hours of training and coursework, but you all who are family members may not have a deep understanding naturally of what your loved ones have gone through. And of course, we know that you have been nothing but supportive, and so we want to bring you into the community by giving you a little bit of an orientation to our program and to help give you a little bit of an understanding of what they have experienced. And to do that, we have a whiteboard animation that was created that tells the origin story to our internationally known department. And with that, I'm going to ask the good Dr. Yates to cue it up and play our video.
Today, probably more than ever, organizations and scholars all over the world recognize creative thinking as the essential life skill for the future. Creativity is now in every part of our lives. But where did it all start? About 70 years ago, the study of creativity became the central occupation of one single man, a visionary, Alex Osborne. The O in the advertising agency BBDO was looking for creative thinkers in his future advertising executives. Those creative thinkers were very hard to find, mainly because people had never been trained in creative thinking before. Thus, Alex Osborne set on a quest to help people develop their creative thinking. He first designed the now famous brainstorming technique, which helped, but it wasn't enough. Just a tool wasn't going to help people become more creative, so he also invented a process for deliberate creativity. After the publication of Alex's book, Applied Imagination, the interest in creativity became so widespread that he decided to host a formal Creative Problem-Solving Institute, CPSI, in Buffalo, New York. Dr. Sidney Parnes at the University of Pittsburgh heard about this institute, and only days before it was scheduled to begin, took a chance and drove from Pittsburgh to Buffalo, hoping that he was not too late to enroll. Sid successfully enrolls at the last minute and attends the Creative Problem-Solving Institute. As he's driving back home to Pittsburgh, he has to stop the car frequently to write down ideas on how he can apply what he's learned. He then meets Alex Osborne and promises that he will implement what he's learned. The collaboration between the two eventually resulted in the development of the Osborne-Parnes creative problem-solving process. Together, they began to move the field forward, to infuse creative education into mainstream education. They introduced creativity courses at the University at Buffalo. But they were living in a time when creativity was not considered a serious subject. The courses were limited to the university's non-credit night school program. In 1967, Sid Parnes enlisted the help of his colleague, Dr. Ruth Knoller, an esteemed mathematics professor at the University of Buffalo. Together, they set out to validate that creativity could be taught and deliberately nurtured. Together, having relocated to Buffalo State, they built the first academic program in creativity in the history of the world. Though the quest now seemed to be complete, something was missing. The academic world still mocked their view on creativity. They refused to recognize the program as formal education. The final step of their quest seemed impossible. Sid and Ruth had put their hearts into the quest. They felt discouraged and exhausted. But then, suddenly something changed. Bolstered by the success that their students told them about how the program helped change their lives, a new idea was born in their amazing visionary brains. What if they could prove once and for all that creativity could be taught? More determined than ever, they launched the largest scale study ever conducted on the trainability of creative thinking. When they were done, the Creative Studies Project proved beyond any doubt that training in creativity impacted people in more positive ways than any of them could imagine. People were changing their lives and changing the world. The academic world now had to accept this evidence, and Buffalo State approved the center's undergraduate and master's program. Since then, the International Center for Studies in Creativity has been in the hands of great people, continuing to research, teach, and develop creativity and creative thinking, not just in the United States, but around the world. Every day for the past 50 years, the International Center for Studies in Creativity has continued its never-ending quest of igniting creativity around the world. My name is Roger Firestein, and I feel honored to have been a part of this journey for 40 years. The journey continues. Let's meet in class.
Thank you so much, David, for sharing that. And I hope that for family members, that gives you a little bit of a sense for the special place that your spouse, child, partner, sibling experienced with and we were referring in that video to our former name. It's now the Center for Applied Imagination because of this man that you see on your screen, the young version of Alex Osborne. I love this photograph because you can see the intensity in his eyes, his drive to bring creativity to the world. So Center for Applied Imagination, named after his best-selling book, Applied Imagination, in which he introduced to the world something that many of us have heard of, that is part of our daily lexicon of language, that is brainstorming, was started by Alex Osborne, and his drive was to do more to promote what he thought was a fundamental workplace skill and life skill. So with Sid Parnes and Ruth Noller being inspired by Alex Osborne's vision, the world's first Master of Science degree was offered at Buffalo State. We are pioneers in the field of creativity education. We've been joined by other universities around the world, but still it is a unique discipline. In addition to the Master of Science degree, we offer a certificate in creativity and change leadership, which represents a core set of our required courses in the Master of Science degree. If you were not aware of this, the degree or certificate that your loved one is earning is coming from the largest university system in the US with 500,000 students and 63 campuses. That is the State University of New York, and they are joining more than 800 alumni who have completed our graduate program. And one of the things that we're really proud of is the fact that the World Economic Forum and many others, although Osborne was touting this 50, 60, 70 years ago, it's now widely recognized that creative thinking and creative problem solving are among the most important skills for success in the 21st century, because we live in a world that's increasingly volatile, uncertain, fraught with change. And of course, to future-proof yourself requires your ability to imagine and respond creatively to challenges. So that's a little bit of background. We're now going to turn to a celebration of our graduates, and we're going to start with what we lovingly think of as the, if you will, Lifetime Achievement Award, which is given each year at the end of the academic year, and then we invite that individual who receives the Creative Studies Alumni Achievement Award to do, if you will, a commencement speech. This year, we're changing things up a little bit. First of all, history. Gary Gorski and Roger Firestein together established the Creative Studies Alumni Achievement Award. Looking around my Zoom room here, there are many Alumni Achievement Award winners. I can see their smiling faces. So if you would identify yourselves by waving your hands super crazy and maybe listing in, look at all that energy. That's a lot of award winners. And if you know the year you received the Creative Studies Alumni Achievement Award, you can drop that into your name and role and year in the chat box, just so we can see how many recipients we have here. So we're a small department. We're four full-time faculty and a team of about 12 or 14 in total between part-time and full-time faculty. And we want to honor those who have gone out and have helped to further advance the cause of creativity around the world. And that's what the Creative Studies Alumni Achievement Award, if you will, a Lifetime Achievement Award. Not that you're not going to have more successes. We know you will have more successes, but want to recognize the success that you've had thus far in promoting creativity. This is a photograph of Marcy Siegel. I'm just going to call her out as one of our early Alumni Achievement Award winners. Marcy, along with some others, but certainly taking the lead, helped to establish World Creativity and Innovation Day and Week via a United Nations resolution. So thanks to Marcy's leadership, April 15 each year is recognized by the United Nations as World Creativity and Innovation Day. That's a prime example of someone who's a graduate of our program who's gone on to be a change leader. And so we are proud to honor a graduate of our program this year as our newest Alumni Achievement Award winner. This is a first, however, and I'm not going to take the opportunity to share with you all why this is a first. Instead, I'm going to call on Izzy Mamnoon, who is a previous Alumni Achievement Award winner, to share with us as the nominator who this year's recipient is of the Creative Studies Alumni Achievement Award, and then to introduce the person who will be accepting the award on that individual's behalf. Izzy?
Thank you, Gerard. I have to confess that when I was nominating the person that I'm about to nominate, I was really surprised to discover that she had not yet been recognized with an Alumni Achievement Award. Randa Tahir, who is the person that I have nominated for the Alumni Achievement Award, is unfortunately no longer with us. And the light that you see shining bright around Randa is really the light that she brought to our community and to the world at large. I just want to start that whenever Randa and I met someone new and they would ask how we met, it was our favorite story to tell, because our first meeting was legendary. We met at 4 o'clock in the evening for a cup of coffee. And at 10 p.m., my parents-in-law, who had been expecting me to join them for dinner at 7:30 at someone's home, had to send someone to find me because I had disappeared off the face of the earth. And I hadn't even been aware that we were still talking after 6 hours. And when this person turned up to convince me to go home, Randa and I could not get up because we had both been dying to use the bathroom for several hours, and neither one of us had wanted to take even a minute out of our conversation to do so. To say that every conversation with Randa was a gift would be an understatement. Every single time we met, We spent hours talking because she was the most incredibly inspirational individual I have ever met. She was such a dreamer. And yet, at the same time, along with her dreaming, she was a doer. This woman knew how to get things done, whether it was at a government level, whether it was at an individual level. She worked with sheikhs, she worked with entire institutions. Her impact can be felt all the way from the Amazon jungle to the boardrooms and government bodies in countries that are recognized as being extremely innovative and have made great strides. And I really believe that Rhonda was a contributor for all of that. But above all, I think what she did was really bring the light that inspired all of us. My children had the good fortune of meeting Rhonda and getting to know her. And I truly believe that in no small part, she was one of the reasons why my daughter Hannah is about to graduate from the program today, because Rhonda was so inspirational. You hear about creativity from your own mother and it's one thing, but when you hear about it from someone who speaks as eloquently about it as Rhonda did, I believe that is completely different. I know that Rhonda left an enormous hole in my life and an enormous hole in my heart with her passing. But the one lesson that I'm going to take away from her that I never want to forget is that Rhonda was not fearless. A lot of people thought she was. She was not fearless. She was brave. She recognized that when she was at the edge of her comfort zone, and she pushed through regardless of that. And that is the lesson that I keep reminding myself of every single day. Every time I'm on that threshold of taking a risk, taking a chance, putting my best foot forward in spite of ambiguity and uncertainty, and venturing into something new. Rhonda is the person who really reminds me and modeled for me how to do that. And with that, I'd like to hand over this presentation space to Rhonda's husband, who I have to say is as inspirational as Rhonda is, and possibly the person who knew her best in the world and probably best equipped to really share with you Rhonda's legacy. So I would like to invite Mohammed to take over from me here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ismat. I am speechless, and I am absolutely honored. And Rhonda would be turning in her grave right now had she heard you talking about her like this with such grace. So thank you very much, and thank you all, each one with his own and her own respective name, from colleagues and friends and old alumni, old folks, partners, some of you, co-authors, some of you, and indeed very good friends for Rhonda. Rhonda was always calling Buffalo as home because of the love that she was receiving from her colleagues and school. And I remember quite vividly the day that she decided to do that, moving from Toronto to Buffalo to just to check out the program. And at that time, she was up to her sleeves already in the program that she was trying to create for the United Way, which is now has been and continues to be one of the hallmarks of programs that Rhonda initiated in the world, which is called City Leaders. Hoping that her colleagues and future generation will always know about these programs so that they can, seed more similar programs. We need a lot more from what Rhonda used to seed to the world. I'm lost of words whenever I think of the vast emptiness that Randa left in my life and a lot of people's life, obviously around the world, because the reaction that we have received from literally every corner of the world in missing Randa and in her untimed departure was beyond imagination. It made us actually so much realize how maybe guilty we are in our own, or for our own selves, that maybe we are not seeing enough of that love as we are going about what we do daily. And even though I was always the one teasing, telling her I am right now shaping young minds, as being in academia for the last 10 years, I shared with Randa a lot of passion, knowledge, especially about creativity, innovation, anything that was defying anything normal, anything tradition, anything that is within boxes. We both denounce it. There's a lot to be talking about and a lot to be said, but if you allow me for the next 2-3 minutes, I would like to recite something that I wrote for Randa, if I have time.
By all means, yes.
All right. It's called The Fairy Tale of You. It's not unreal, an ethereal realm where we once collide and emotions surge. A tapestry of confused eloquence unfolds, where pain and purging merge. No ordinary deluge, but glimpses of nature's grand design, where breeze and tempest, like restless spirits, intertwine. Rain droplets whisper secrets as pressure mounts and rises, unleashing torrents of emotions as hearts betray their disguises. The purge of consciousness, denouncing the late arrivals, cleansing the depth of our being, fighting for survivals, cathartically drain our souls, freeing. Silence descends, a hollowed stillness, awakening the norms, a blank canvas, pristine and pure. Pending and transform, eyeing the wreckage and ruins, we navigate our course, rebuilding our spirit as we crumble with remorse. It is an intricate dance of destruction. Regeneration finds its way, for tears can cleanse like revelation in disarray. In the depth of pain, we unearth truth of exquisite hue, awakening our essence as tears and waters imbue. The long's purpose revealed as it washes away the debris, fragments of my face, no longer seized, swept and bent by her decree. Fear not, no more. Let the storm rage, have your grounds cede tempestuous surge, for in the embrace of the bird our souls truly converge. Renowned, renewed, reborn with hearts aflame and spirits aglow, we rise from beneath, scorned maybe, but ready to thrive and flourish. And so, our Sufi rituals of reincarnation, where pain and purge align, we scout for solace in the midst of chaos. We find divine. Thank you very much.
Mo, thank you very much for sharing those profound words. I can see and hear clearly the kindred spirit between you and Rhonda. So thank you for your presence and contributing your your feelings and your emotions to this reception. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Rhonda was one of those individuals who just, it's not an exaggeration to say she lit a room up.
Yeah.
You couldn't help but notice her. She
Yeah.
was a force. She was a force for good. And she, in my opinion, is the epitome of change leadership. And so for those of you who are here earning a micro-credential, graduate certificate, master's degree in creativity and change leadership, I hope you are able to gather some inspiration. Rhonda's not with us, but from the words that you heard from Ismet and Mo, you can gather some motivation, some inspiration to go out and be a positive influence as they have been, and as have been others who have received the Creative Studies Alumni Achievement Award. Mo, thank you again very much for joining us.
Thank you all.
So we move from the Lifetime Achievement Award to recognizing our current students, and we have a series of awards that our department gives out. We give out an award each year in the name of our founding faculty, Sid Parnes and Ruth Noller. You heard them referred to in the whiteboard animation. Pioneers who established the field of creativity, established this Master of Science degree in creativity, our undergraduate and graduate program. So each year we give out awards in their name. These are financial awards to assist students to achieve their vision, their aspiration of completing their respective educational program. I do want to note that B. Parnes, who is very much a partner to Sid Parnes, B was or is well known for saying that in the early days, creativity was a dirty word. You wouldn't say it around campus. People would scoff at the mention of a degree in creativity. It would make heads shake back and forth. You could get a degree in anything nowadays. What is this? But creativity is no longer a dirty word. And I want to recognize the legacy of Sid Parnes and Ruth Noller. And we give this financial scholarship, these awards each year. And I do want to highlight the fact that May 16th, yesterday, was B's 102nd birthday. So happy birthday, B. So our recipients this year, we had 4 recipients. Jasnoor Jolly, who is enrolled in our campus program. He works in culinary arts. His goal is to become a Michelin, to open up a Michelin recognized restaurant. Nicole Wagner is an educator. Takia Pitts is enrolled in our campus-based program. Takia, much like Rhonda, lights up a room with her smile, as you can see from that lovely photograph. And Fazan Kazani is a distance student who hails from Western Canada. So those 4 individuals, some are here, some are not with us, but let's give them either digital or physical round of applause for being this year's Parnes Noller Scholarship recipients. And with that, we're going to go to our next award, which I'm going to hand it over to Associate Professor Dr. Susan Keller-Mathers.
The next award is the Mary Murdoch Creative Spirit Award. And Mary was an incredible faculty member who touched everyone that she met. And the criteria for this award really shows what Mary's spirit was about. And that's courage and wisdom, being authentic self, the voice of the child in yourself, seeking awe and wonder, networking, producing in unique ways in their own time and style, willing champions of the creative spirit. So these recipients demonstrate energy and commitment to the field of creativity and the future image of how they will inspire and nurture the creative spirit in others. And I'm so excited this year that we have this group of individuals who truly, truly are creative spirits. This award is not about intellectual capability, but boy, is this a powerhouse. This award is about people, when you meet them, you know that there's somebody that is going to care, that someone is going to nurture their own creative spirit and the creative spirit of others. And so Adrian and Tito, Madeline, Katie, Sophie, Nadira, and Melissa all very, very much have that creative spirit. And thank you all for coming into our program, for being incredible students, incredible people. And I can't wait to see the future and the things that you do. So thank you all, and give them a round of applause. And I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Dr. Roger Firestein.
Thank you, Sue. I'll share my screen. So we're delighted to give the Firestein Family Creative Achievement Award. A little bit about the award. It recognizes graduate students in creativity and change leadership who have demonstrated expertise in training other individuals in creative problem-solving methods. I originally established the award back in 1998, and in 2008, we recast the award to honor my dad. Oh, it's tough to make it through this. Who died in a car accident in 2004. So my mom, my sister, and I renamed the award the Firestein Family Creative Achievement Award. There's Dad. Dad got his wings doing what he loved, driving his pickup truck and taking care of the land. And so some folks here have met my dad, Sarah and Blair, spent time with Dad. Sue has met him, Gerard, Joe. And so Dad could fix anything. He was an epitome of a farmer. He could fix a tractor back in the 40 acres on some baler wire and duct tape, and he really applied his creativity. And for those of you who got to meet him, he was such a joy. And so we wanted to put this award in honor of Dad. So the major contributors award are my mom, myself, and my sister. The award is now open for anyone to contribute to. So if you feel that, please go ahead and contribute when you can. We have two winners this year, Sophie Dabrisky and Michael Lee. Congratulations, Sophie and Michael. Thank you very much. Great work. Sophie's getting her advanced degree and certificate in change leadership. I'll get her MS in creativity and change leadership in the fall. Sophie first came to us from Australia. She's now in Toronto. She's on our distance program. Sophie, I'm looking at you right now. Congratulations. Thank you. You're going to be receiving a certificate like this in the mail. That's Dad when he was in the Army. So my sister loves that picture. So yeah, Sarah's smiling. Yeah. And then Michael is getting an advanced graduate certificate in creativity and change leadership, also at a distance from South Africa. Michael, congratulations. I'm looking at you right now, and that's coming your way soon. So let's give them all a round of applause. Congratulations both to Sophie and Michael for the work that you're doing, for continuing that, and Dad would be proud. And I'll turn this over now to my colleague and good friend, Dr. Gerard Puccio.
Thank you, Dr. Firestein. We never refer to each other by titles.
No.
We have other pet names we call each other. We'll leave that to your imagination.
They're hard to explain.
It is hard to explain, Jabota. Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
So thank you, Dr. Firestein. So now we turn our attention to our outstanding graduate students. We are so blessed to have such terrific students. Let's face it, folks, you just don't wake up one day and say you're going to pursue creativity without having some passion and commitment for this field. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not your average garden variety educational program. I see, yes, I see Jacob. I see you smiling all the way from Denmark. This is not your ordinary educational experience. It is transformative. And we are delighted to recognize our graduating students who are earning micro-credentials, who are earning graduate certificates from the State University of New York, an advanced graduate certificate, and a Master of Science degree in Creativity and Change Leadership. And with that, I'm going to turn it to Dr. Molly Hollinger, Assistant Professor, who will recognize each of our students who has registered for this reception. So Dr. Hollinger, to you.
Thank you, Gerard. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
So I have the distinct pleasure of announcing our graduates this evening. And I don't have the silky voice of Dr. Firestein, but I'll do my best.
Molly.
And we asked each of our graduates to also tell us one big takeaway from their program. So I'll announce that as well. And most of you were stuck to the one takeaway, but some of you managed to get about 5 in one sentence. And I won't mention any names, Sophie. So here we go. First, we have Anne Brisson, who received her master's in creativity and change leadership. And her biggest takeaway was that she is now able to explain herself and in turn to feel proud of being different. So congratulations, Anne. Suzanne Dameron also received her master's, and her biggest takeaway was that studying creativity has been the best investment in developing who she is as a person. We have Kathleen Donovan, who again received her master's, and her biggest takeaway was learning about the science of creativity and how valuable that was, which really gives legs to stand on what we're learning, and that we're meant to co-create with one another. It's fantastic. Then we have Kathy Frazier, who also received her master's, and her biggest takeaway was the excellent professors who have challenged her writing, communications, creativity, and collaboration skills. The members of my cohort have become lifelong friends. How wonderful. And Kathy, I have to ask, is that Paul Torrance?
Yes, it is, Molly.
That
It
is
is.
Paul Torrance.
Very,
It's
very.
it's from Future Problem Solving in Georgia when we had the International Ball there.
How special. Great picture. We have Krista Haight Hernandez, who received her graduate certificate in creativity. Congratulations, Krista. And she said that her degree has provided methodologies that explain and support her lived experiences. It has boosted my confidence in my expertise and exposed me to a new network of kindred spirits. We have Aniruddha Joshi, who received a micro-credential, and she said that this degree has helped her connect to the creativity gems of this cosmos, and according to me, real success lies in being able to find your tribe. So a lot of themes of connecting with others, finding your tribe. We have Michael Lee with this really fantastic picture here, who received his graduate certificate in creativity and change leadership. And his big takeaway, which seems fitting, graduating from a creativity program, was he's not sure. Which Hannah also expressed as well. So congratulations to Hannah on graduating with her master's. She also said she was not sure. This degree has given me a solid foundation for the understanding of the world of creativity that she grew up in. Oh, how wonderful. And then we have Madeline McDaniel, who is also our graduate assistant for the past 2 years. And she said that this degree has made her see the beauty of life and how important it is to have a passion for what you do, because it will improve the quality of life, not just for yourself, but the people around you and eventually the world. So
Just to be clear, that's not a current photo of Maddie, right?
no, that would be really impressive if she got her master's at maybe 5 years old. But nevertheless,
Great photo. Love it.
all the same. She had an interest in nostalgia, so I wonder if that's perhaps the reason she chose that photo. Then we have Clay, and he earned his advanced graduate certificate and said that his takeaway was that it's helped him understand that creativity is not one, but many things. Clay, you're really speaking to my heart with that. Takia Pitts also earned her master's, and she said that she gained confidence in her creativity and feels ready to use the skills in her personal and professional development. Eileen Pratt earned her master's, and she developed a clear vision and journey for the next 10 years. Catherine Ravitch earned her master's as well, and she said that she's become more confident and courageous because she has a language that she can speak fluently that makes sense to her, and she now knows how to inspire others and nurture their own creativity too. That's fantastic, Catherine. I think many of us can relate to that. Melissa Rayon earned her master's, and her biggest takeaway was that she grew so much personally and professionally. Arjun, I watched a video that Sue sent me with your name about 50 times, but you spoke so quickly that I may butcher this, but I'll do my best. So Arjun Robagroska, congratulations on earning a graduate certificate and master's in creative leadership. And his biggest takeaway was becoming more flexible and deliberate about creativity in all aspects of his life and the life of others. Chuan Su Su earned her master's in creative and change leadership and came to us to Buffalo from Taiwan. And her biggest takeaway was, I feel like I gained a new way of thinking and really learned problem solving. Then we have Sophie Tversky, who earned her graduate certificate in creativity and change leadership. And her biggest takeaway was it's built her creative confidence and creative rigor. She's delved into the science of group dynamics, communication styles, cognitive preferences, and breakthrough ideas. It has further instilled her love of helping others, embracing her curiosity, and stepping into complexity, braced with tools and techniques to drive change. She's connected to colleagues now all over the world who see opportunity, and she cannot wait for the collaborations to continue. Wonderful note to end on. So congratulations to all who graduate. Thank you to the family members who are here today, friends for your support, not only this evening, but our students throughout the program. And I remember when I graduated from the program, hearing a professor say, we're not teaching students, we're creating colleagues. And I find that to be very true. So I hope this is not the end of your journey with our community, but only the start. Congratulations on such a wonderful achievement. So round of applause for our graduates. And with that, I will turn it back to Gerard.
Thank you, Dr. Hollinger. That was lovely. So we're going to now review the wonderful team that's assembled to help facilitate students through this graduate program and to challenge them and to help them grow intellectually and creatively. So it's my great pleasure to introduce our faculty, and as I introduce our faculty, to also invite them to add their congratulations to the congratulations that Dr. Hollinger has already started by sharing those wonderful words of wisdom. So first of all, Dr. Roger Firestein, who can lay claim for having taught almost every faculty member in the department, Associate Professor Emeritus Dr. Roger Firestein. So faculty, if you have your microphones on, you can just jump in and share some words of congratulations, Roger.
Congratulations to you all. You have a mission. Go out, change the world.
Thank you, Dr. Firestein. Dr. Sue Keller-Mathers, Associate Professor, longtime faculty member in the department. Sue.
Just congrats. I can't wait to continue to have those interactions and hear the great things that you're doing.
Thank you, Sue. You heard earlier from Dr. Molly Hollinger, but once again, Dr. Hollinger is an assistant professor in the department, comes to us from the University of Connecticut. Molly, any other additional words of wisdom and inspiration from you?
Just a big congratulations and go out and celebrate. Well deserved.
Thank you, Dr. Hollinger. Dr. Melody Osiaprok, our newest faculty member. It's hard to believe that a year has gone by already. Melody absolutely has the best shorthand name. She is referred to as Dr. Oz. Makes me jealous. Dr. Oz, to you.
Thank you, Gerard. I mean, what an exciting moment. And I just want to join in this excitement and congratulate everyone on their graduation. I am genuinely wishing you success in all your future endeavors.
Thank you, Dr. Oz. From Dr. Oz to Dr. Joe Udis, who's our distance program coordinator, who works tirelessly to support all of our distance students, many of whom participated in our reception. Dr. Joe?
I just want to say congratulations, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do with this, because I know you're going to do great things.
Thank you, Joe. To some of our outstanding adjunct faculty, we're truly blessed to have these individuals volunteer their time. And let me tell you, it is a volunteer role that they take on. They spend way more hours than they're paid for, I should say, because of their commitment to our graduate program as well as undergraduate program. Kristen Peterson, who has recently relocated to Buffalo and lives very close to campus and is often showing up in Chase Hall, teaches the summer facilitation course, but delivers programs for us all year round in the community. Kristen?
Thanks, Gerard. Well, bravo and congratulations to you all. This is just the start, because as alumni, we really look forward to having you continue to stay involved and perhaps be an adjunct faculty member yourself someday.
Thank you, Kristen. Dr. David Yates, who is probably single-handedly the strongest foundation for us as a department. He helped us to navigate COVID. And when I say a strong foundation single-handedly, I'm referring to his expertise in instructional technology. David has supported each and every faculty member as they've made the transition from teaching in person to teaching online. And it's through his efforts that our program is now available fully online through synchronous format. So Dr. David Yates, special shout out to you, sir.
Thank you, Gerard. As Arjan said, I had the honor really of having virtually everybody who's graduating in 559 at the beginning of your journey. And I tell you in that class, based on my own experiences, you will never be the same. And now, because of you, the world will never be the same. So congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Yates. Laura Barbero-Switalski, who epitomizes what Dr. Hollinger referred to earlier about being a student for a short while and then a colleague forever. We've been very fortunate to have Laura share her expertise with us, shifting from being a student to being a co-author and a colleague, intellectually as well as in the classroom in terms of developing students to become future leaders. Laura, I thought I saw you earlier.
Yes, thank you, Gerard. Congratulations to all the graduate of 2024. Be proud because it's a great accomplishment and go spread the words of creativity. And I am just wishing you all the best. This is a very important moment.
Thank you, Laura. Erica Switek, I don't know if Erica was able to join us. Erica teaches the Principles in Creative Problem Solving course each summer. She's been doing it now for, gosh, 5-6 years, a campus course supporting students who initiate their studies with that course, but also it's a course that's required in the educational leadership program. And so creative problem solving is a core leadership skill, and Erica teaches that course. Erica, I don't know if you're able to join us. Erica, you out there? Okay. She wasn't sure she'd be able to make it. Dr. Blair Miller, one of the founders of Foresight and a full-time creativity consultant, creativity author, travels the world delivering programs in creativity. We're very fortunate to have Dr. Miller, who brings in a amazing skill set when it comes to applied creativity. Blair, I know you're here because I saw you dressed up. You came in early. Oh, there you are.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Gerard, and congratulations, graduates. You have a big time to celebrate. Mark it for yourself. And I look forward to learning about your journey ahead as you make big impacts in the world.
Thank you, Blair, who is also a Creative Studies Alumni Achievement Award winner. Dr. Michael Ackerbauer, I'm not sure Mike was able to join us, although he said initially he would be able to. Mike works full-time at IBM as an internal creativity expert and change leader. He teaches our organizational creativity course, Creativity and Innovation, the CRS 619 course. Mike, are you with us? Okay. Finally, I want to recognize we have a partnership in the Netherlands with the School of Creative Thinking, Branko Brokman and Connie Vanderwoo, who have run our European program. We hope to revitalize that in the near term. Branko and Connie, congratulations for all of the good work that you've done to help spread the word of creativity. And as Molly referred to earlier, they're both former students who've become colleagues and change leaders in the field by supporting the program in Europe. For our students, you'll recognize this name, Susan Rizzo, who is our administrative assistant. Susan loves nothing more than to interact with students and to support you all, and she sends her congratulations to each and every one of you. So as we come to a close, we are a small program, but we are mighty. We reach all around the world, and the flags that you see here represent those who registered for and participated in this reception. There wouldn't be enough room in this slide to show all of the flags for all of the students who are graduating this May. And I want to close by referring to our vision as a department. We're all here because we're committed to creativity. We recognize the power that imagination has. And so going back to Alex Osborne, who had this vision of igniting creativity around the world, helping to facilitate the recognition that creative thinking is a life skill, we hope, we expect as a small department that you all will become champions and you will help us to achieve this vision through your work. So congratulations on what you've achieved, and we wish you nothing but the greatest good luck as you go forward as change leaders into the world. Congratulations to all of our students.